Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the first season of American Auto, which is a new NBC sitcom, which is its latest workplace sitcom. You know, in the vein of The Office and Parks and Rec, and now at an automotive company. And this focuses on the auto industry. There's a lot of different kinds of commentary on, companies being responsible for like defects and trying to find cars that drive themselves, doing advertising and commercials and trying to make sure that they have the right balance of diversity, trying to deal with labor unions and all these different kinds of things that they leverage, trying to have all of these kinds of things that are relevant things when it comes to industry and especially automotive industry, and trying to lampoon them in this show. And there's a lot of modern satire. One of the funniest jokes is right in the first episode with this, self-driving car is not able to identify people of color, and the car happens to be white. And it's just a perfect storm of ridiculous jokes. And they have some quality situations here that they poke fun at. It's definitely over the top. Not many of these characters are really grounded. They're ridiculous kinds of characters that are just turned up to 11. And you throw all of them into the mix. This is a pretty over-the-top show. There's not a whole lot of time where it takes it in a really grounded approach to things. But here's the thing. Not many of them are very likable. All of them do a lot of terrible things. But they all have these insecurities that make them kind of relatable. And we can relate to, basically you have Catherine, who's running this place, who has the insecurity of imposter syndrome. Does she really know enough about cars to really be in charge of this company? You have Sadie, played by Harriet Dyer, who's basically the main character here, and she keeps having this insecurity that she's in love with Jack, played by Ty White, who worked in the factory and then gets brought up to the executive level. And there's this will they, won't they, this whole entire first season. You have Wesley, John Barinholtz, who is one of the actual Payne family who founded this company, and he is a lot of insecurities because he's just trying to be so big and obnoxious about everything and so self-righteous and so self-important, but really nobody takes him seriously. You have Michael Benjamin Washington, who plays Cyrus, who is trying to make up for the fact that he has a lot of check boxes against him in terms of not being a white straight man in the automotive industry, and also probably one of the smartest people in the room, but trying to do his best, and sometimes, most of the time, things aren't succeeding. And you have Humphrey who's Elliot, who's the most obnoxious, just British caricature, and he's just so ridiculous. Him, Wesley, and Elliot are the two most flanderized characters that are just so ridiculous comic relief. And then you have Mayo, who plays Dory, who's the administrative specialist, who's probably the most knowing, common sense person in the room and gets to have fun with all the other characters. You have this ensemble. The Sadie and Jack thing's probably the most grounded part of this show. Their will they, won't they relationship, and it's not the most interesting, but they're fine together. But I just feel the rest of the goons, who I like to call them on this team, like Elliot and Cyrus and Wesley, they're just so much fun and so ridiculous. And then you have Catherine at the front, who's just as funny as anybody else, because you just have this whole group of actors who are really doing their thing. It's just crazy fun time. It's an enjoyable show, and they delivered on a solid, entertaining first season, and I look forward to more. But those are my thoughts on American Auto. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.